The AI revolution in precious metals, why silver may outperform gold in 2025. We'll take a look at that interesting article. Let's read it. We'll discuss it, blah, blah, blah. We will do gold, silver, platinum analysis, precious metals. We'll do Bitcoin and crypto too. And yeah, we'll do pretty much everything we do here. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, yeah, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers. That was a good one with me, Joe Main, coming to you live on X and on YouTube right now. And we grab our tasty beverages because we do what we call here the synchronized slurp. That's where I have my tasty beverage, you have your tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. Again, about 5% of the population hate this. It's all about the majority, isn't it? Here we go. Slurp your beverage, whatever you're slurping. 3, 2, 1, do it with me. Yep, it is the slurp. Heard around the world. I am Joe, random Aussie dude. I've been stacking precious metals since 2010. Stacking crypto since 2013. I do this live show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do all my stuff in between as well. Hit the big red subscribe button. I've worked for 3 major gold and silver bullion dealers here in Australia. You know me. You love me. We'll do some shout outs, but give me 1 second. Can you do me a big favor, as I always ask you to do? Please and thank you. We'll go back over here. Could you please follow me? Follow me. On X, please. That would be really good. Actually, I need to go back here. It's not the one. I do this every single time, but it's annoying. I need to go like this. I need to copy you. I need to go there. I need to go like that and copy. That's good. Then we can go back here. And what you can do for me is you can follow me on X. X.com/It's Joe Main. Why would you want to do that? Well, because you like me. I'm a nice person. And also because I have 3,800 followers, nearly, something like that over there. And I do a lot more than just this live show over here. I post lots of stuff, a lot of crypto related stuff over on the X channel. In particular, I'm kind of trying to segment the two. So a lot of crypto over here, crypto talk on the live show, but mainly YouTube. It's not liking my crypto stuff at the moment. It's kind of labeled me as the thingo guy. So when I talk about crypto on the YouTube channel, the views are terrible for some reason. Let's do some shout outs and we'll get to it. Gerald Draper says AI agents dip back in. Oh, okay, we're shilling some stuff. Cool. Oh, Theta was in the dirt. Oh, good old Theta. Fair enough, Gerald Draper. Super chat from Richard Pinn. Love the super chats. Super chats help the show. They help put me through school. By the way, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, which I'm doing their year-long course. So help put me through school because it's expensive, man. So help support the show. And Stormrake, stormrake.com, your full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. That can also support the show by signing up with my link that I'll put somewhere, and you get 42% discount off their full-service cryptocurrency brokerage things, and that helps me, okay, too. So help me in those bunch of ways. Cool. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. Mark Florida, GMS. Morning, Stackers. Good morning, Silver Ruger. Good to see you. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. It's good to see you. Tony Peterson is here. Big thank you to Tony Peterson. Yes, we did the silver giveaway on Thursday. Yeah, it was on Thursday. And Chris Hallahan won, and Tony's been in, and Tony was the sponsor of the silver giveaway. Thank you very much. I will get some other people on board as well for giveaways, and I'll give away my own stuff next time we reach a YouTube milestone. Might be 3,000 followers. I'm currently at 2,080 something at the moment. Let's see. Niels Han Dynasty. Good. Let's get through all these very quickly, and we'll get to the topic of the day. CT from the Lone Star State is here. Good to see you, friend. Jason Rosanna. G'day, Stackers. G'day, mate. If you can, I think I sent you an email. If you can respond to that email, Jason, that would be lovely. Good morning. Stackers says, Mr. Happy Stacker 69, dude. Yeah, and please finally like and subscribe would be lovely. Let's start that again. Let's talk about AI and the precious metals revolution and why silver might outperform gold in 2025. This is an article I just looked up. We're going to look at it together. I'm going to look at it with fresh eyes and we'll just see what we see. Cool. Let's share the scran, brah. And I'll do screen and me. Screen and me, once again, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, nearly 38. Follow me on x.com/it's Joe Main. Good. Here we go. This is entitled. This is from AI Invest. Oh, okay. So AI Invest is obviously going to be very pro AI, and that's okay. This is written by Isaac Lane. All right, the AI revolution and precious metals. Interesting. Why silver outperforms gold in 2025. We'll also take a look at the gold to silver ratio while we're doing this. Cool, cool. Let's see. I don't want to do the summary. I want to read the whole thing. The global economy is undergoing a blah, blah, blah. Amid this transformation, silver, a metal long overshadowed by gold, is emerging as a linchpin of industrial progress. Well, we all know that. Unlike gold, which retained its status as a store of value, as silver's demand is being turbocharged by the physical realities of innovation. Yes, for investors, this creates a compelling case to prioritize silver over gold in 2025 and beyond, I would say. Not as a speculative gamble, nope, but as a strategic bet on the technologies reshaping the 21st century. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of us have been stacking silver for a very, very long time, me since 2010. The industrial demand is only going to get larger and larger, particularly with AI, I think. The industrial demand surge. Silver as the engine of the AI era. Nice, I like that. Silver's, this is probably ChatGPT written, I imagine. Silver's industrial demand now accounts for 59% of total consumption, up from 50% a decade ago. So it's going up. Pardon me, now this is how you know it's live. This surge is not a temporary blip, but a structural shift driven by three pillars. Solar energy, yes. Electronics, yes. EVs, yes. Let's just talk about this. Electronics and AI infrastructure. The electronics sector consumed nearly 450 million ounces of silver in 2023, a 20% annual increase. Every smartphone requires, well, that's a rough guess, I'd imagine. Every smartphone requires 0.34 grams of silver. Interesting. And the AI boom, that's not a lot of money right now. What, a third of a gram of silver? It's not huge. And the AI boom is amplifying this demand. Yes, high-performance computing, semiconductors, data centers rely on silver's unparalleled conductivity. It's the greatest conductor of electricity, and I think it's something about the heat transfer as well. Analysts project that the AI economy will generate 15.7 trillion. How do they get to these numbers? I mean, I like that number. How do they get to these? How do they do this? It's just like climate models. With silver consumption rising in tandem. EV battery technology. Yep, blah, blah, blah. Supply constraints. Do agree. A perfect storm for silver despite surging demand. Silver's supply is tightening, and annual deficits have persisted for 7 years, with mine production growing just less than 1% in 2024. Unlike gold, which benefits from central bank purchases and recycling, silver's supply is dominated by mining, and 70% of it is a byproduct of copper, lead, and zinc operations. Okay, so there's not many pure silver mines out there. That's usually as a byproduct, right? Producers cannot easily ramp up production in response to price signals. Okay, Mexico, the world's largest silver producer, faces, yes they do, regulatory uncertainty, while Peru grapples with operational disruptions. Meanwhile, the good old University of New South Wales warns that solar industry growth could deplete 85 to 98% of global silver reserves by 2050. It's not that far away. This structural imbalance, where demand is rising exponentially and supply is inelastic, creates a tailwind, I tell you, for silver's price. Do agree. Anything that confirms my bias about buying silver, I agree with. Technical momentum and market sentiment, silver's undervaluation. Okay, this is where we get into the gold to silver ratio thing. Silver's technical indicators are flashing bullish signals. Well, we all know that. Over the mid to long term, the gold to silver ratio, a metric averaging 50 to 1, has expanded to 90 to 1. This is actually where we are right now. Let's take a quick look at the gold to silver ratio. We're back at 90 to 1. So as this number go up, gold is outperforming silver. As this number go down, as this ratio number go down, silver is outperforming gold. Here is where it is More traditionally, okay, this is the gold to silver ratio going all the way back to 1997. I don't have a more historical view for you, but just know it's been a lot lower. A lot lower. Okay, and this is probably the highest point it's ever been is at 125 to 1. That was in good old March, April of 2020, of which we all know what was going on there. Just gold just went... Okay, then we had a massive overshoot. So yeah, it's more common. Average is around about 50. Again, I don't have that historical data where it was a lot lower, but its common average is 50. The general range it's been in for a long time is between that 50 to 70 range. And then just more recently, roughly, 2015, there-ish, we started getting to this sort of newer normal, which is like 70 to 90. Kind of like there to where we are right now, and then some outlying positions. So outliers here, but yeah, in that general range here is your average, 50 to 70. Cool. Let's see, signaling silver's undervaluation. Yes, so the higher this is, higher that number, the more undervalued silver is. Cool. That's the wrong one. Let's see, analysts project a reversion to 50 to 1 by 2027. Down here by 2027. Yeah, doable. I wouldn't laugh at that. That's doable. Implying silver could rise 80% relative to gold if gold reaches 3,300 an ounce by 2020. What? When was this article? Oh, it was just on August. So what? 33. If gold reaches what? If gold reaches 3,300 per ounce by 2025. When was this article done? Because gold is at over through 3,300. Okay, sure, let's go with that. Silver would need to trade at $47 US to normalize the ratio, a 62% gain from current levels. When was this article first made? Because that's weird. August the 2nd. We've already been over that. Okay, whatever. Not going to question it. Let's see. ETF inflows have also surged with 95 million ounces added to silver ETFs. Global holdings now approach 1.13 billion ounces, driven by industrial demand for exposure, blah, blah, blah. Right? Why prioritize silver over gold? Gold's role as a safe haven asset is well established. Yep. But its growth potential is constrained. Yep. Silver, however, is at the intersection of two mega trends. Decarbonization and digitalization. Yeah, that's a fair point. Its demand is not just a function of monetary policy, but of physical necessity in the technologies powering the AI era. Yes. For investors, this means silver offers both growth and defensive qualities. It's, as I've said I've told thousands of customers over my time in the precious metals industry, I see silver as the biggest win-win scenario that's ever existed, ever in asset world, in investment world. Okay, because of that reason, of the monetary value plus the huge industrial component to it. Makes sense? Good, great. The shrinking universe of silver miners, down from blah, 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 has concentrated among a few high-quality producers. ETFs like the Global Silver Miners ETF, SIL, yes, have surged along the metal itself. Conclusion, a high-conviction play for 2025, and I would say, and beyond. The convergence of industrial demand, supply constraints, and technical momentum positions silver as a standout investment in 2025. It's the investment of your generation, of this generation probably. Okay, while gold remains a hedge against uncertainty, silver is a vehicle for participating in the technologies that will define the next decade. For those seeking to align their portfolios with the AI revolution, the case for silver is not speculative, it is structural. And then that's probably a little advertisement for something cool. If you want to buy physical metal, I may as well do it now. You should buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. They're the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. Buy your silver from them, perthbullion.com.au. Free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. Mix and match, all that kind of stuff. Cool? Let's go back, see what we can see. Let's talk about it, and then let's do quick gold, silver, platinum analysis, etc. You are watching Good Morning Stackers, where we talk about precious metals, etc. Yes, we shall get to the TOSHI talk. We talk about precious metals first, Chris, and then we get to the Bitcoin and the crypto stuff. Cool. Let's see. Jason says, the AI data centers are going to double power requirements and are draining clean water sources for communities. Okay, I won't doubt you. I'm not laughing because it's draining clean water sources for communities, but you've always got the negative. It's always the negative thing. You're not always negative. No, that's not true. But the double power requirements. Okay, looks like we need. Looks like we need some kind of safe, cheap, green form of power production that has already existed for a long time, and the technology has gotten so much better and better that the risk of bad things happening is virtually nil. They say, oh yeah, that's nuclear. It's nuclear. New nuclear, isn't it? There you go. Great case for nuclear technology and uranium. Uranium's going to be needed. And so I am in a few uranium stocks, don't you know? Let's see. Tony says UK launches its CBDC in October. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We'll talk about that, I guess, at a different time. No other comments about that? Well, that's my opinion. That's my thoughts on that article. I agree with it. It confirms with my bias that silver is the greatest investment in this coming decade, in this decade, maybe in the next couple of decades. Yeah, maybe that and Bitcoin. Okay, that and Bitcoin. I think are the two. Anyway, we love our silver, and any article that says it's going to go up because of XYZ, I am going to pump. Of course, let's take a look at gold, silver, etc. Let's start with silver, actually, because we were talking about silver. All right. Here is silver on the 3-month time frame. Price in USD, $37. Ooh, 42. Okay, we're having a nice little rally. Just for those who don't know, hey, Chris Kret, watching on X right now. You want to hear about TOSHI? We'll be talking about TOSHI very soon. If you've never thought about buying silver, this is the reason why you should. Do you recognize this pattern, my friend? This is a cup and handle formation. This just happens to be the world's longest cup and handle formation that has ever existed and probably ever will exist, going back to 1980, a 45-year cup and handle, which will, barring some kind of black swan event, play out, and it will break. Okay, and when it breaks, it'll be in price discovery. And then who knows what the kind of the sky's the limit. Generally, a cup and handle formation finishes when the difference between here and here, just so you know, the difference between here and here, and I'm not going to see all that, am I? Yes, bish. Background line, the line, yes, but I want the text. I want the text to be there. I want the coordinates to be there. I want the visibility. I want all my stuff to be here. Text. You, style, background, it's not going to show me. Anyway, all you do this, you take the, oh, there it is there. You take the measured move from there to there, and you take it to the breakout, and that puts it at around about, $700 US. Now, that's not happening in 1 year's time. It's not happening in probably 5 years' time, 10 to 20 years' time. Yep, that's if the cup and handle formation plays out like it should. Doesn't mean it always does, but gee, will you take $200 silver when we're at $37.40? I sure would. Would you take $100 silver, more than doubling from here? I sure would. Cool. So that's for you. That's the big outlook. And here's the smaller term time frame. Okay, here is silver on the daily time frame, $37.42. It is currently playing out at the moment. We've got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave thingy. A, B, C from the low and the high. We've got the Zag zone here, the expected support range, somewhere between here and here, but I'm giving it between $34, and $35.30 exactly. And we've bounced here. Probably watch out for a move up to around about, probably no higher than about $38.30. If it cracks through $38.30 and starts holding above there, then I'd be, oh, okay, maybe this is invalidated and then we're just moving onwards and upwards. But so far, this is the most likely scenario at this stage, and that's a great opportunity to load up your precious metals. Probably, I would say the last opportunity, anywhere between 34 to 35. I'll give you anywhere down to 33 because technically that is the bottom of the expected support range. I just favor this area here rather than down here. But I'll give it down to 32.50, which is not happening. We're not getting to 32.50. I don't believe that. But anywhere from here and here, that's basically, in my opinion, your last chance to load up before we break $50 at any of these kind of levels. You hit 35.30 and you bounce, we're not going to see that again. Okay. In my opinion, in that general area, favoring 34 to 35.30. Cool. What that also sets up is a potential, only potential at this stage because it hasn't happened, hidden bullish divergence. Okay, where you have an equal low or a higher low or an equal low, and then a lower low on the relative strength index. So for example, if you came down to here, and you came down to that 35.30, that's an equal low right there, and this would signal between there and, where are we, between there and there. That's a lower low, so that might be hidden bullish, which is really good, onwards and upwards. So that's why we're favoring all the stuff that we're favoring. Cool. That is silver, and silver's going to the moon later on down the track. Did I just say the M word? I did. Don't quote me on that. Here is gold on the daily time frame. No, you can quote me on that. That's fine. Here's gold on the daily time frame, priced in USD 3,377. Ah, cool. All right. So we're back above. Good. Back above this zone here of 3,355. Good. Looking positive. We just thought that something like this kind of thing might happen. We might get another touch here. You don't want to close anywhere below that 3,315 kind of area. Preferably don't break that uptrend line, and definitely don't break there at 3,260 roughly. Something like this ish. Cool. But I don't think we necessarily don't assume we're going to break out here. That's unlikely that we break out in the next couple of days. Could do. Trump could come out and say something, or move more nuclear submarines to this, that, and the other, or get closer to Russia or whatever, right? So that would be the kind of like the panic buy. Sure, but I don't think you don't see that. Okay, what you will see is more something like this-ish or this-ish, freak people out again, and then it goes like that, okay? That's if we stick within this symmetrical triangle pattern. Otherwise, I'm still kind of 50-50 at this stage. I mean, I'm actually not 50-50. I have to say, technically, while I did say this a couple of weeks ago, I've been saying it for a few weeks, while we're above 3,355, I have to be more bullish on gold than I am bearish on gold. As soon as we get back into this zone, I have to be like, I don't know. And then below here, bearish. Okay, so technically I'm more than 50% certain that we're seeing higher prices coming soon. Cool. While we're above 3,355, and if we do this, something like that, bad news bears, and lower we go. Cool. But so far, so good for gold. And over the longer term, gold's going fantastic. Cool. That is gold. Platinum has all my stuff is different here. Sorry. You can't see any of it. Let's go there. I will just draw it in again. So let's go from here to here. I'll just draw it in again. Let's go there to there. And you can't see it at the moment because I had a different theme going on. I went back to the dark theme because the light theme wasn't working for me. Here is platinum on the daily. It is priced in USD, 1,333. As we said, we bounced right off the 0.5 Fibonacci of 1,264-ish. And we're back above that support range. So that's good. All we just need to see is it crack above there and we're good. Right above there at 1,430. Which, as you know, 1,430 happened to be, if you take a look-see, over here. Is it going to be down there? Yep, 1,430 is exact resistance there. Where are we? At that rectangle. The big zag zone right there. 1,430 is that 0.5 Fibonacci from the old school high and the old school low. So 1,430, clear area that it must hold, close and hold over. Cool, cool. Yep, right there. And then we'll say, and if I get rid of you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, that's the previous resistance right there. So clear there, and we're looking chef's kiss, beautiful. Once we do that, will we do it in this quarter or will we do it in this month? Could we do it in August? Sure, but we just got to clear that 1430 area. And once we do, smooth sailing on to the next major level in platinum. And I think we would probably, on the monthly time frame, we'd probably maybe a little bit of resistance here at the 1630, but I don't think that'll spend a lot of time there. It'll probably get taken out and we'll probably retest that 1930 area here, which is the 0.786 clear area of resistance right there. Anyway, platinum's looking great over the longer term. We've gone into the belly of the best buy zone here. And just watch out though, we can still get down into sort of that 1230 kind of area. That's, sorry, a little bit messed up there because I didn't change my colors, but that's platinum. Cool. Let me quickly show you copper, and then we'll get to precious metals, crypto, and all that kind of stuff. Here is copper on the daily. $4.50, not a lot to say, still hanging in that general area. And from, where are we? This low and this high. If I take it from there to there, that was the expected zag zone, and we are still above it. So we're making higher highs and higher lows on the weekly time frame. That's fine. Okay, don't close below $4.20 roughly, and we're still fine. You've got that beautiful support level there that is holding so far. Cool. I will tell you something that I bought into yesterday, which is last night, which is copper related. I finally bought into the COPX. Now, could this be a bad move? Of course it could be a bad move. Could have made a wrong decision. This is COPX. This is the copper miners ETF. So if you don't want to buy individual copper miners, you buy an ETF. It kind of averages the prices of the top whatever. It's just like buying the S&P 500. Cool. So there's less risk, less reward, but less risk. Okay. And so I bought into that last night at around about 43 something ish. Now I'm happy to hold it for the longer term. Excuse me, why did that get moved? I'll move you back so you can't see that. I probably should I have waited? Yes, for that break here of 43.75. Yeah, probs back above that previous resistance, because what could be playing out, which is something I will talk about more on Thursday when I do my What I Learned This Week segment, but you might have some kind of non-failure, there's a double top or a non-failure swing pattern potentially happening. So if we find resistance here at 43.75 and then we cross back below there-ish, okay, then I was wrong, and then I might just have to, I'll get stopped out, and that's fine. But I'm happy to take that risk at the moment. Let's see what happens. But I got into COPX. Cool. That is all the precious metals I want to talk about. And we've talked about that other stuff. I did my amazing plug for Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. We'll get to Bitcoin and crypto. Good evening, Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland in Florida. We have another Florida man. So you are now Florida man number 2, Kevin. We have Mark Florida, that's what he coins himself on YouTube. Mark Florida is Florida man. You can be our second one, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, here he is right here. Mark Florida, Kevin, Mark Florida. Oh, you said it too, another Florida man. Do you think Joe can handle 2 of us? I can't handle, so that's now I have to do 2 Florida men, again, the news. Florida man runs naked through the streets. Florida man saves baby from burning building. Florida man does XYZ. It's usually crazy stuff. 2 crazy Florida men? I don't know. I sent some copper down. Silveruga said, I sent some copper down range yesterday. I haven't sent copper down range. or for a couple of months now. It's been since the last competition, and I think I'm due this weekend. I think is a competition or a practice or an advanced training, something like that. I think I've got a training session coming up this weekend. I'll be sending some copper downrange very soon. Let's get into some Bitcoin and crypto. Bitcoin and crypto. Oh, why is that doing that? That's annoying. Cool. Let's get into Bitcoin and crypto, my funky people. Excuse me. Don't you love it when you hear radio silence? Ugh, awful, isn't it? Let me try. Yeah, I didn't do it, did I? I should have done this beforehand. Give me 1 sec. I'm just going to have to change these colors because these are awful. Use one color, use that color, and we'll go 90%. I think that's good. Yeah, perfect. Yep, we'll go with that, and I'll go with no background. Thank you. I don't want a background. No thanks. Background. No thank you. Much better. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, priced in USD, 115,000 US dollars. So far, we're finding resistance. Now, look, great. 123,000, new all-time high. Came back to test exact support right there. So previous resistance has become support, completely bullish. On the weekly time frame, there is nothing not bullish about Bitcoin right now. Okay, so just so you know, nothing not bullish at all. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows so far. We needed to see it pivot off there, so we need a couple of weekly candles more to say that that's a definite pivot. But on the daily time frame, we've got at least 2, and we may have a third playing out, so that could be, yeah, looking like a pretty good pivot point right there. And what is all this junk here? I don't know. Get rid of you. We just need to get back above, from this high and this low, we've got to get back above right there at 118,900, call it 119,000. Once we're through there, through this zone here, I will say new all-time high coming in Bitcoin really soon. And where do we go to from there? Look, some people are talking, I hear a lot of talk about kind of 130. Many people are just saying 130, 140. They're being quite conservative with it. Okay, so that's what, an extra 25,000 maybe up to here. Many people talking about that 130, 140 kind of range. It's interesting. You have other people saying, much, much higher from here, of course. The COO, the Chief Operating Officer of Stormrake, stormrake.com, believes that $200,000 Bitcoin all the way up here, and you can't see it because it's not there. $200,000 Bitcoin in 2025 is still doable. He made a really good case for it on my YouTube channel where I interviewed him a few short weeks ago. Check out that video if you can find it. It's entitled Bitcoin to 200,000 US dollars in 2025. That's how you find it. Makes a great case for it. So even as high as that is possible, I just don't know what happens then when we get there, because some people are suggesting, if I put this on there and put that there, that's all my other stuff that I was talking about, that we might be in an excess phase in Bitcoin right now, where we've gone through some accumulation, some public participation, and we now might be in the current excess phase. So something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have a higher high somewhere, but that higher high might be signaling, okay, we're done now. Okay, and that also comes up. That also sort of comes up with the 4-year cycle kind of thing. So a top in 2025. Where we top out, could it be 130, 140? Could it be 200,000? Sure, could be. It's still doable. But from there, that's when you're going to see probably a longer protracted, consolidation period. So excited for new all-time highs in Bitcoin, which we're probably going to. It just, when we get there, we don't quite know. Okay, and it's probably, that high is probably the high for a while. Okay, so just bear all that in mind. But for a trader, breaking through that 120,000 would probably set up a new all-time high coming. Cool. Let's take a look at altcoins. The general altcoin market minus the top 10. But beforehand, if you do want to buy crypto, which I know you do, you should be going to stormrake.com. Sign up with my link for a 42% discount off their full service cryptocurrency brokerage fees. Now, like that guy watching who wanted to see stuff about TOSHI, watching live on X right now, he's like, why would I need a full service cryptocurrency brokerage? Because I just buy on exchanges. Yeah, that's fair enough. What about your normie friends and family who you're trying to get into crypto? They don't want to listen because they don't understand it. They don't know how to do it, okay? Give them the gift of Stormrake, stormrake.com. They operate in multiple countries all over the world, including the United States, the UK, New Zealand, Australia, selected other countries as well. And they do it all for you. They can hold the crypto for you, but if you believe, not your keys, not your crypto, that's fine. They just send it to you as well to your nominated address. But for a 3.5% brokerage fee, that's still pretty good for a full service cryptocurrency brokerage. It's like calling your old school stockbroker. You can call them, you can email them, you can do a little live chat as well, and just say, hey, I want to set up an account. I want to buy $10,000 of Bitcoin or this altcoin, XRP, whatever it is. And they just handle it all for you. They get you the best prices, and they do it all for 3.5%. Okay? However, if you sign up with my account, you get it for 2% for the life of the account. So this really does make sense to at least send my link, send this stormrake.com with my little link down there, or you can type it in the address bar, to your friends and family and go, hey, listen, you might not want to buy crypto now, but if you do, you may as well sign up now because you've locked in the 2% deal. And I don't know, I'm never told how long the deal's going to last. It might just be, 2 months from now. The wonderful people at Stormrake might go, okay, well, we're going to raise that 2% now to 2.5% or whatever it is. So I don't know how long it lasts, but at the moment, it's 2% for the lifetime of the account. Cool? Stormrake.com. Cool. Let's take a look at others. Yeah, there we go. Here is others on the daily time frame. It is at 280 billion, and we're looking like we found that pretty much exact resistance there at that 280 billion. That is at previous support right here. And I remember, do you remember us talking about 280 billion a lot? That was key Fibonacci, wasn't it? From a particular high and a particular low. Let me see if I can pop that in. Was that this one? Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, so it's the top end of the zag zone. All right, there we go. So from this high and this low, yeah, we found resistance exactly at the bottom end of the normal resistance range, the zag zone right there. From this high and this low, that's the major one. That's on the 4 hour. That's on the daily. I hate that when it does it to me. Why does the daily do? I'm going to keep it on the 4 hour. Does that do it on the... Yeah, it does it on the weekly too. Okay, all right. I'll raise it a bit then. Screw you. It's still at 280, so it doesn't really matter. Don't know why it does that to me. There we go, at 280 billion. Okay, so we had a spike above, but a close below it. Okay, so it's exact resistance. You've got that previous support right here. You can see within here, that's a support zone kind of there. So yeah, pretty obvious. Okay, if I go back to the 4 hour, don't know why that's done that. That's really annoying. But anyway, at the 4 hour, you can see it's at major resistance. So I would be expecting some kind of resistance here until proven otherwise. We've come up to pretty high up in the relative strength index. If we look on the 1 hour time frame, we have bearish divergence playing out as well. We've got, we did it just like we did with ZBCN. Okay, we've got a higher high, lower high. Oh, that's a lower high. I was going to say equal low, but equal high, lower high. But yeah, so we've got some bearish divergence playing out at the moment. Doesn't mean it does that for long. Possible little double top thing going on here. So watch out for some more downward movement. Where would I not want to see altcoins cross through if I don't want them to go much lower from here? So from this low and this high, you're talking right. Do not cross below 267 billion dollars. Do not do that. Okay, you can come anywhere down to there. That's fine. Normal move. Markets go up to a major resistance level. Markets go down. Bounce off there, off that double bottom would be perfect at 272. That'd be great, but we'll give it anywhere down to like 267, and that's fine. You can still do that, and that's cool. Break below there, not good, right? That would say, look, just another, because on the daily time frame, is it on the daily? No, on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour here, you've still got lower highs and lower lows at the moment. So it needs to put in its first higher low right there. So something like that would be perfect. Then you clear that 280 billion on the 4 hour. That is really good. So then you'd be looking up to a move up to probably up to like 300 billion, 320, something like that would be good. And then obviously clear 320 and I'll be much, much more excited for crypto. I am currently not in any crypto whatsoever except for Dust that I've owned since 2013. So there you go. That is crypto. There's the general crypto market. Now, I'm going to go to TOSHI, but what I want to show you very quickly, I'm going to show you something before I show you the TOSHI price. So let's go to a video from back of my live stream 4 days ago. So this would be on Thursday last week, and this is what we talked about with TOSHI. Now I want to see if this works. I'm going to shut my mouth because I think you should be able to hear this once I hit the level. So system audio muted. I don't want that system audio muted. There we go. I'm going to place that. Now let's hit the share button. Let's see that happens, and I'll shut the hell up. Here we go. So when I pop in the rectangle, there you go, and I'll pop that in a different color for you. No, I'll pop that in a different color. Let me do that and that for you. Cool, right there. Cool, there's your expected support range, and that expected support range comes down to the very top end of that. If you take a look here, that's at the very top end of that support range, and that's at that 00052. So yeah, anywhere into that area there would be very good to bounce off, and that would be good confluence with the 0.618, the bottom end of the zag zone from this high and this low, the expected support range. So I'm expecting a bounce here. What we do from there, I don't bloody know, and neither do you. So if we fall through 0.0005 and we start closing days below it, bad, 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 bad. And I don't know what to tell you if you're a TOSHI holder from all the way back at the Coinbase listing. That's not great. Yeah, don't know what to say. It depends how much you have, depends how far down you are, depends where you bought, okay? If you're in some kind of profit here in TOSHI still, because you bought down here, maybe you bought down in this dip down here, maybe you bought just around here, I don't know. I would suggest though, if you break and close and hold below 0.0005, get out. All right, I think we got everything we need to get from there. Basically, what I said in that is watch that support zone right there. That was at the 0.0005 kind of area. And if you see here, I've got drawn in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. And that would be, if we're going to head onwards and upwards from here, you'd want to see that bottom at that kind of 0.0005 to 0.0052. Let's take a look at what we did. Great. Well, it definitely acted as support. Here is TOSHI. Joe, what are you doing, bro? Here is TOSHI on the daily time frame, priced in USD. I showed you the TOSHI thing just then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Watch out for support, major support there. We bounced off it. Basically, exactly, it has acted as support. Fantastic. That's exactly what we needed to see. So previous support remained as support. So the buyers stepped in once again, which says psychologically they're happy to buy here because they think it's going to go higher. We did talk about from this low and this high, the zag zone right here, which we needed to get through, and we might find resistance somewhere in there, and we've certainly found resistance at basically the exact top end of that. If I pop onto the hourly though, now we need to see where we're sitting, and let's see on the hourly. You have, it looks like potential bearish divergence where you have, looks like an equal top but an equal high, but a lower high on the relative strength index. So just watch out for that. We just need to creep and hold above the 0.00062-ish kind of area here. Do that. Cross through there roughly, and then, yeah, looking really good. So cross through there, basically, and you're looking pretty good as long as it remains above, okay? And then we'll talk about higher prices for Tosh, good old Toshi. Let's see. And then, as I said, with all my other stuff, let me get rid of a bunch of you. And then I'll hide you, and I'll get rid of you. I'll keep you in. We'll just do this from this high and this low. We've been talking about the zag zone, which is at... No, it's not there. I'll just draw it in. For S&Gs, it is. I'll draw it in once again. We've got to clear through. Yeah, there you go. It's that 0.00075. You clear through there. Looking golden. Very, very good for Toshi. That would just mean general altcoins are going up at the same time. Cross through there, and then we'll talk possibly even all-time high kind of territory for Toshi. But until we're above that 0.00075, I can't say it will. But yeah, looking very good at the moment. Just expect some resistance around this area where we are right now. Clear through there, and very good for Tosh. That is Toshi from my Toshi fam. Leave a comment below if you are still in. Let's take a look at XRP. $3.07 roughly. We did find a bit of support here at $2.75, and it has not broken through. Thank goodness, not broken through $2.60. That's the final hurdle. This was my final hurdle for new all-time highs. When we were down in here, I said if we ever break and hold again $2.60, we're going to make a new all-time high in XRP, and we did that. Now, it wasn't much of a higher high. We did do it. We've gone back down into the previous range we've been in since like 2017, 2018. So it's got to clear back through the previous all-time high here. So yeah, as long as we're not below $2.60, I'm not worrying about much lower prices, but it's got to hold $2.60. And pretty much all you need to know, it's just got to start making higher highs, man. If I show you on the weekly time frame and get rid of all the crap. And I wasn't even on logarithmic. I'll pop it on logarithmic. That's even better. We need to just start making successful higher highs and higher lows on the weekly time frame. That's all you need to know. I mean, still technically you're bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Can we make a higher low somewhere here? Higher high, sorry, it is a higher low than the previous low. And then can we just start doing that? That would be great. And if when XRP starts continuing up on its run, if Bitcoin's going higher, then I think altcoins will too. Then $10 XRP is doable for sure. What, that's less than 75% away. It's about 70% move roughly from here to there. That's very doable, okay? And that's the $10 psychological value, I think, that we'd probably butt up against roughly. And probably some people would front run that. So like, yeah, I think I said somewhere between like $8.40 to $10 roughly, I think, because $8.40 was some kind of, yeah, there we go, some kind of Fibonacci, and that was the 2.618. Yeah. But anyway, it looks good. Here is ZBCN on the monthly time frame. Let's pop it on the daily time frame. And this is probably the last one I'm going to talk about, unless I have a specific crypto that you want me to talk about right now. I will give preference for a chart request. I will give a chart request, at least one, and I will give preference to super chats. So if multiple people have chart requests, but one's a super chat, I will give preference to that because I'm a dirty, greedy capitalist. Let's see. Oh yeah, ZBCN. That could be said. What was I doing? I was doing accumulation, public participation, and excess phases, wasn't I? Yes, I was. So anyway, ZBCN, we are at 0051. We are currently back through the zag zone, which is good. That's from that low and that high. But if I go from here to here, and I'll get rid of, I'll keep those on. This high and this low. Okay, there, we're through there. That's fantastic. Ooh, XMJ is crossing up. Oh, that's good for metals. It's got a little alert there. Let's see. We are through We're not. We made a play for it, but we haven't successfully kept it as support. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Until we're through and we're holding above 0053, then I can't say a new all-time high is coming. But if we start clearing back above here, and if general crypto keeps going up, then you're going to see ZBCN make a higher high, and it'll make a new all-time high. So on balance of probability, I'm confident for a new all-time high, in 2025 for ZBCN. Where we go from there, I don't know. Okay, but I just got to clear and hold that 0053 kind of area. Cool. That was just for Gerald, who is a massive ZBCN fan. Nothing specifically else I want to talk about, unless I do have a chart request for a specific crypto or a stock or something like that. Gerald says, just knowing what ZBCN is why it's in my top 5. Early was good. Who doesn't like getting paid? Damn straight, my friend. I do agree. Final comments. Do your own research on GRIFF, another AI agent that is a quality project to dive deeper in. On sale now. I love your stuff, man. On sale now. Oh, Neural. Yes, we've talked about Neural AI before. I have charted that. Neural AI for the AI section. We have talked about GRIFF before, but I don't think that is on I think it's on a decentralized. Pretty sure. Oh, Griffane. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's on Binance. Oh, yeah. Binance Perpetual, Griffane US Dollar, Kraken, Poloniex, MEXC, Bybit. I don't want to do that one. I'll do Kraken. Oh, let's do Kraken. All right. GRIFF, if this is the one you're talking about, this is Griffane. I don't know if, because, you can have, since crypto, when major altcoins started happening from like 2015 onwards, you can have multiple cryptos with the same ticker. I'm going to assume you're talking about Griffane. Let's talk about that. Goes back. It's only from January. So it got listed in January on Kraken. But if I go GRIFF on, let's say Binance Perpetual. Yeah, it's around about, that's December. Okay, close enough for jazz. So this is Griffane, sure. Let me have a quick little look-see at this old chestnut. This is the logarithmic chart. I'll just do the logarithmic. Why not? Who cares? Let's see, from that high and that low. I mean, when we're in, there's nothing at the, well, I was going to say there's nothing, but no, let me go back. Let's see, from that high and that low. Okay, so we have a potential, just potential, double bottom forming. And it might be forming right now. Okay, so we've come down one. Technically, that's not a double bottom. It's actually a high or low. You can't say that's an equal low. It's pretty close. But what you could say, let's have a look. From that, there to there. Yeah. That's my technical terminology. Yeah. There's nothing saying for me right now that it is turning around anytime soon. I need to see some major signals, and I don't have any major signals yet. So for Griffane, okay, if this is the one that you're talking about, Gerald, it needs to bare minimum cross through about 5 cents, roughly, and really the main kicker, really, 6 cents. So really that's not a huge difference, right? Close through 6 cents, and then I'll start getting interested in 6.1 cents I'll start getting interested in, and it's at like 3.5 cents now. Could I be missing a massive move and it does something like this? Yeah, sure, but this could easily just go, that could tick over, no problem, easy could. We don't know. So cross through there, that would be a very bullish change of market structure on a daily time frame. That's through major support, kind of here-ish. Support became resistance, so yeah, through there, you get up through there and do that, yeah, sure. And you wouldn't just be buying on the break, you'd be buying on some kind of break and preferably a retest, and then onwards and upwards we go. That would be good, but yeah, until there, no bueno for me. for GRIFF, but I love your enthusiasm, Gerald. Love it. I think that might be it. My funky people. Let's see. Winner, chicken dinner, he says. Yeah, you could be right. You heard it here. You're such a cocky bastard. I love it. Risk to reward. That is the good one. Yes. Gonna break a dime and you will do a double take. Yeah. Could be absolutely true. But I will get in when the getting is good for me. Ladies and gentlemen, you have watched Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, precious metals, crypto, news. We do lots of interviews on the channel as well and all that. And of course, no one will notice what happened last time. I tried to do the dance it out. Did everyone see what happened last time on the live show on Thursday? I hit some random party noisemaker button, and I was just like mime dancing to something. Anyway, we're going to dance it out, and we are going to do a synchronized slurp as well. Grab your tasty beverages, and you will get another a live show on Thursday, and all the in-between stuff as well. Of course, hit me up with a message or an email or whatever. You can find me around if you have specific chart requests or anything like that. And that's all I got to say. Grab your tasty beverages, party people, because you have watched.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronized slurp.
3, 2, 1, go. Good stuff. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you soon. Bye.